Well, today I'm going to use a board that my husband gave me. He gave me 2 of them, and he brought them in and he asked me if I wanted them. I said yes, because I knew immediately when I saw one what I wanted to do with it, because I've been wanting a board big enough to do it. So this looks like it's a board out of an old desk. Somebody painted it kind of a rusty burgundy color. It's a good primitive color, but it has this little, see, can you see that little pull out handle? And it would go under a desk and you'd pull it out so you would have extra writing area. But what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to make a checkerboard. And I've had the board for a while and I needed to make the stencil. So it takes time to do that. So I finally got around, got some time, and I made my stencil. And what I use to make my stencils, of course, my Cameo and Silhouette software, but I use this craft plastic sheets. It's 0.007 thick, and it's to make stencils and cards and different things. And this is what I use when I make all my stencils that I want to reuse. And I'll keep it, I'll have it to use from now on. And then I decided I wanted something up here. So I already had this in my files. I had bought it off of Etsy, and I thought it would look good up there. So now what I'm going to do is take the board to the garage and sand it down some and come back in and figure out what color I want to put as the background. Pretty sure I'm going to put the squares black. But I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest. But I got to get it all sanded down, and then I'll come back in and we'll start on it. Well, I've taken it out and I've sanded it all down good enough. And I've decided to go with the color by Apple Barrel in khaki. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think I'm going to like it. And if it's not dark enough, you know I have wax. But I took my sheet up, or my image, and tried some different colors. And this was the khaki, and I liked it the best. Because these, to me, had more of a pinkish cast to them. So I'm going with the khaki. But I'm going to paint this whole board in the khaki color. And I can see it's going to need 2 coats. And that hole there, I don't care about. This is old. It's supposed to be old and primitive, so I'm not going to worry about it. And this little piece up here is just something, my little handle piece right here. I'm leaving that. It's just something you can carry it with, or it looks that way anyway. But I'm going to finish painting this up probably with 2 coats, and I'll be back and see what else we're going to do. Well, I have my board painted. I had to give it 2 coats. Now I'm going to go around this with the water. Well, once again, while filming, I'm coming back to edit, and I saw where my video went into slow mode, so I had to stop it. But all I'm doing is going around it with the water and tearing the edges off. And now I'm just going to Mod Podge it down on there. I'll go over the top too when I'm finished with the bottom. Well, I went way up. I'm going to have to go over the whole board with Mod Podge after I'm done because of the discoloring. But that will protect it. Alright, I'm going to let that dry. I have the image on. It's ready to go. And I sprayed my stencil with some repositionable spray. It's an all-purpose spray adhesive. It's old. But I had some Loctite up there, and I know it's pretty strong. So I just thought I'd try that, and it seems to be working. So Yeah, it's going to come up, but at least it's holding it down some. And I'll still be careful and try not to get too much on at one time. I'd rather give it 2 coats as to bleed and go under on my paint. So I'm going to be very careful not to push too hard, and I'm going to give it 2 coats. But I'm going to continue on and finish this up. Well, let's take this off and see what it looks like. I think there was a few places I got a little heavy-handed. Y'all hear that wind again? It's supposed to be higher tomorrow. Well, no, it looks pretty good. A little plain. I've got to figure something else out to do, or something else to do with it. Because to me, that's a little boring. I'm going to have to look at it for a little bit and figure out what to do with it. I know I'll wax around the edges and darken it. I'm wondering if I shouldn't put some stars here and some stars there. I may look at it for a while and figure out what I'm going to do. Well, here's where I'm at so far. I made a stencil, and I put one here and at the bottom, and I'm thinking about, I don't know for sure, putting them on the sides also. But I also made kind of a little border stencil up here, and I am going to do that in black. I'm going to cut my sponge off down because this is hard. Cut that off. And I'm going to finish stenciling this on. And I also wanted to show you, I took some steel wool, it's a coarse steel wool, and kind of rubbed my black. I need to do that with my stars also. I don't want to scratch it up too bad, but I want to dull it down some. I don't want it to look new, is what I'm saying. Worn. I want it to be worn. But I'll do that to each one of my stars. It works just a little bit better than sandpaper because it's fine. And I'll finish stenciling this and make up my mind whether I'm going to go down through here or not. And then I'll have to give it all a coat of Mod Podge so it all turns this color. I actually like this little bit darker color anyway, and that will seal it in. And then probably take some wax, some brown wax or black wax around it. I'm going to finish stenciling this one on right fast and see how that looks. Okay, I finished stenciling it. I'm going to pull it up and see how it looks. Hopefully I didn't get any bleeding because I tried to go easy. Oh, I see a part right there that didn't stencil. Make sure I don't have any more of those. Oh, I got a little juicy on that one. I'll use the steel wool on that. And now I've just got to figure out whether I'm going to go on the sides. I'll turn it around and kind of look, see what I think. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be too much. Y'all see that? I can't get it any closer. Alright, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm either going to stencil these on or not stencil them on. If I don't stencil them on, I'm going to let that dry. Yeah, the one I just finished there. and go over it with the steel wool and the Mod Podge. Now I've went with that on the sides. I don't know. Hearts or stars might have looked better. Now I'm coating it all with the Mod Podge so it'll be one color. When that dries, then I can wax it and it'll be finished. Now this is all dry and I'm going to give it a coat of clear wax just so when I put the darker wax on it, I'll be able to wipe it back if it's too much. I might be able to do that since it's Mod Podge, but just in case, I'm going to coat the whole thing with this clear wax, and then I'll come back and we'll put the darker wax on it. I'm thinking I'm going to use the black wax on this one. Now I have my Jolie top coat out in black, and I'm going to go around the edges first and then wipe it back. I don't know if I've got the whole board in here or not. And I'll just do this till I'm satisfied with it. I don't want to have to have y'all sitting here watching all of it. I'm going to go over where my stars are. And I'll coat the whole thing with some kind of black. Just a little heavier in spots. Now this is what I'm going to be working on now. It's an old crate, and I think I'm going to try making a lid for it. And I want to put something across here. Well, I know what I'm going to put across here, but yeah, right across there. Look at this, guys. I got that in the mail today. I got it off of eBay. It's that color of green. And I couldn't wait to get it open. But anyways, this is what I'm going to be working on. And I want to put something across here. And I want to use material. And I'll go slow and show you what I'm going to put on it. There, I've designed this in Silhouette software. And I want to print that out on material. And I'll have to get my material. I may need to tea dye it or coffee dye it or something before I start. But that's where I'm at. And that's my next project. Okay, I had some instant coffee in hot water, and I mixed it up and just put this in the coffee. And this is the color it was, and this is the color it is now. Just a little more color to it. And I'm going to iron it out before I iron it onto my freezer paper. Because you do not want any wrinkles in it when you iron it on your freezer paper and send it through your printer, or it'll get jammed. Now that I have it ironed down the best I can, I need to make sure all the little ravelings are off. You don't want any of those on there. So I'll go around the material and trim all those. Now that I have them all trimmed off, I'll take my freezer paper, and this is one I've used before, and I think it's okay. I use them more than one time. And I'm going to fit this down on my paper. And iron it down onto the freezer paper. The shiny side has the wax. That's the side you want to put your material on. And you want it down very, 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 very good. I've got something on my iron. Especially the edges. Keep running into something bumpy. I don't know what it is. Let's see, that corner needs ironed down good too. You want to be really, get this down really good. Whichever side you feed in, you want it to be your best side. That's really down. Okay, now that I have it ironed down real good, I'm going to put it in my sheet feeder, and I'm going to print off what I have already shown you, the general store, dry goods, hardware, and I think maybe this side down here is probably my best. I'll trim a few of the ravelings off right fast that I see, and then I'm going to feed it through my printer. Now I've fed it through my printer, and I'll just pull this up off of there. You see it was stuck very well. And I probably won't use this anymore. It's got a bunch of ravelings on it. It looks like it might be all right, but I don't like to take a chance to do it over 2 to 3 times on my freezer paper. It's just not worth it. Now I'll fit that onto my, let's see if I can get this up here. I may be too close, thinking I am. Let me see if I can lift this up. Well, that's up some, but I probably will trim some of the sides off, trim it down just a bit, just a little bit. And I don't think I really want to put this on with glue or anything. So I might take some tacks, see what I can find, and put it on with those. So let me get this trimmed down and see what I can find and get it put on there. All right, I put them on with just some like fabric or furniture tacks. When I see things like that at the thrift store, I pick them up. So that's where I have got those, and I keep them in my stash. And now I'm going to try to make a lid. I'm going to measure from this side, because this is kind of oval. I'm going to measure from this side to this side, and then from this way over to this way, and go into my Silhouette Studio and bring out an oval, and just this way to this way. I'll measure it, like if it's 12 inches across, I'll measure the oval 12 inches that way. And then if it's like 9 or 9.5 that way, whatever, I'll do that. And then I'll take it into, I'll save it as an SVG and take it into my Lightburn software. And I think I have some 1/4 inch wood, and I'm going to try to cut a lid out for it and see how it fits. All right, here it is. It was 11 this way and 9 3/4 that way, oval, and it fits. Let me put it on there. I think it fits. I can't really do it with one hand. I know it fits. I just can't get it right now. Anyways, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I can stain it the color that is. That's just an old wood. And I want a handle on it. I know that fit. I hope I didn't get my sign turned backwards. Or not backwards, but off center. Okay, I'm going to have to mess with it because I had it fitting. Okay, there. Once I had two hands. I just wasn't holding my mouth right or something, but it fits on there. And I think I'm going to find something for a handle to put in the middle. But now I've got to figure out how I'm going to do the top. If I can't get it the same color, I could try doing the rest. I don't know. Make it look like a metal top. We'll see what I do. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I had some Waverly antiquing wax and I added some black too. And it's not perfect, but it's a lid. I think it's good enough. I might try going over that with just some brown and see if that gives it a little more brown cast.